everyone, my name is Lacey Noel, and today I'm going to show you guys how to get this look right here using Colourpop's Main Squeeze palette along with their Glitterly Obsessed glitter, and I'm also going to be using their Ultra Matte Lip in the shade Melonade. So for the eye, I use a few different colors. This palette is a monochrome palette just like a lot of their other palettes that they have, like Mar, It's My Pleasure, and I can't remember the other one, but this goes along perfectly with those. And they're really fun to collect as well because they're only $12 and they're nice and compact. It comes with a little mirror. You can just throw it in your bag and use it for a sleepover. And it has 4 different metallics as well as 5 different mattes. And these come in a really nice range of reds, corals, peaches, etc. And for this look, I use Frosé, Like It's Hot, Seed Money, and Red Bottoms, as well as Baywatch and a little bit of Juicy Fruit. And I threw in some of the Glitterly Obsessed body glitter, even though it's supposed to be for your body. I mean, your eyes are technically your body, but then again, I'm not supposed to advise that. Anyway, I like to break the rules sometimes and put body glitter on my eyes, and I'm excited to use this matte lipstick as well because it's something that I never, I don't think I've ever used any of their liquid lipsticks. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I'm going to be using a fluffy Morphe R37 brush, and I'm just going to be using, I'm just going to be dipping into Frosé. Sorry, my dog is running around jingling all over the place, so that's why I'm smiling. But anyway, I'm going to smoke this color all throughout here. And I want it to go into kind of like a cat eye shape. And what I really like about this palette is that it's nice and buildable. The eyeshadows aren't chalky or anything. They're very nice and simple to work with. So I think they would be nice for a beginner to actually pick this right up and start playing with it. Getting in right here. And I apologize if I get a little bit quiet when I do makeup or when I paint or whatever. I tend to get a little bit quiet and really try to concentrate on things. It sounds like Christmas over at my house because my little Pomeranian, he has like this spiked collar to make him seem a little bit more intimidating, but it's pink and it's covered in bells, so you know, it's very intimidating. Then what I just did, I'm sorry I didn't explain that earlier, I put a little bit of the same color on with Morphe's M222 brush, or 222. It's easier to say 222, honestly. And I'm just smoking that out as best as I can. I've heard from a bunch of drag queens before that if you think it's blended, it's probably not blended enough, which is true in a lot of cases. It's easy to work with, so you can decide if you want to go with a lighter look or if you want to go for a little bit more dramatic using just one shade. I mean, it's definitely really neat to work with. Let's see. Alright, now once we have it in the shape that we want it to, I'm just dragging this out just a little bit more. Next, I'm going to dip into, with my M222 brush, into Seed Money. That's like a darker, kind of, I want to say it's like a rose nude. It would look really nice as a lipstick. And I am just dabbing this on my eye. Couldn't resist, and along with setting it down, I'm lightly blending it into Frosé. And again, these eyeshadows are really easy to build up and blend. And I'm just using the same brush I did before, R37, smoking this out, making it slightly a cat eye. Going in again with 222. And here we want to emphasize the center of the eyelid so that when we put the glitter on it, it'll look very three-dimensional. And even a little bit Jessica Rabbit-y, if that makes any sense. Alright. And this is a nice, these are really, really nice reds. I'm really, really glad that they came out with a red palette because, I mean, I have so many other colors of so many different things like pinks and blues and purples, but I don't have anything that is like a really good standard red to work with. So this is a really nice range to work with. Smoking that out a bit more. Basically doing the same, you know, 2 steps with the same 2 brushes for these colors. I love these 2 colors together. They're really pretty. Okay. Next we're going to dip into, with a 222 brush, dust that off just a little bit. I'm going to put on red bottoms and put that on either side of my lid. Doing the same thing, adding more dimension, distributing the color over to the crease. I love how these colors blend into each other. They're so pretty. And then what's really cool about red bottoms, and I experimented with it on this side, it's really, like, you can have the option of it being kind of, I mean, it's a dark color, but lighter like this, or you can take a smaller brush and really pack in more product so it gives you more dimension. If I can, oh, there it is. Sorry, I lose my brushes all the time, even though they're right in front of me. But anyway, I'm gonna add some more right here and kind of blend that as I go along. And this is a MAC 209 brush. This is like my favorite brush. I think someone's singing outside my apartment, so I mean, if you hear any weird music, that's why. It's low-key freaking me out a little bit. I'm also going to put a little bit of the same color in here to maintain that same cat eye effect. And I'm going to take the 209 brush and go on my lower lid. I'm going to go in with some Seed Money. Just lightly go outside of my waterline. And then I'm going to take, I'm actually going to take this really tiny little paintbrush. I mean, you know, with paintings and makeup and everything, I tend to switch and whatnot with some of my painting brushes and some of my makeup brushes. Sometimes when a makeup brush gets a little bit old, it'll become a paintbrush, and sometimes I'll get a paintbrush from the store and realize, oh, okay, this would be good for makeup, and I use it for that too, so, you know. Anyway, I'm going to dip into red bottoms with this really thin little tiny brush. It doesn't really have a name. Something touch, I don't know. All I know is that it's very precise. And I'm just blending red bottoms as close to the waterline as possible. And I also like to really touch up on the crease with this brush too. I'm going to take a little tiny bit of Like a Tot and put that in the crease. It's a really bright color, so it's kind of nice to have like a bright color blend into a deeper color. And with these colors, like in particular, they blend really nicely. Alright, next I'm gonna take my finger and dip that into Baywatch. Sometimes your fingers tend to be the best brushes. And it's a really beautiful metallic. It's very rose. It's very rose. I don't have a monitor, so if I tend to screw up while I'm trying to show you guys something, you know, I'm not up to date in all my gear. We've been using the same stuff for like 10 years. We're on the struggle bus right now, but it's all good. And I'm just patting that color down. It's got a beautiful glow to it. And I'm using this to kind of blend the darker color, red bottoms, into this color. So I'm kind of just massaging it into my lid. Then I'm going to wipe my finger off on this paper towel and dip into Juicy Fruit. This one is a really nice color too. Like, even though that this is a summer palette, and I don't know, this look so far looks a little bit more like Valentine's Day or holiday. I mean, like, if you still have this palette by the holidays, I think that this would be a really cool Christmas palette. I don't know, like the colors are very warm and I don't know, gives me kind of like a festive feeling. But anyway, this is Juicy Fruit. It's really pretty. It's got like a combination, it's like a duochrome of like peach and gold. I'm just gonna dab that in the middle of my lid. Can't resist again. And I'm lightly blending that on the sides so it gets a nice transition from, you know, Baywatch to Juicy Fruit. And so far, that looks really pretty. But I'm going to zhuzh it up just a little bit. I'm going to touch up the red bottom sides real quick, because I want to make sure that has a nice darker pigmented frame. Taking the small tiny brush again and really trying to concentrate this color into a specific shape. I really, really love how buildable this whole palette seems to be. Alright. This is the Glitterly Obsessed glitter. It is so beautiful. has like a nice holographic tone to it. And I know that this, like the color scheme within this seems a little bit too much of a cool tone to work with all these warm tones, but it turned kind of gold on my eyes, so I'm just gonna lightly tap this glitter on the center of my lids. And I think that kind of gives it more of like a, I don't know, more of an edgy, high fashion, glammed up kind of look. Yeah, like since this glitter is like, it's white, it mixes in with the metallic shades and it makes it gold. Like it makes it whatever color you're putting it onto. So, and once you have the amount of glitter that you want on, I'm going to put just a tiny bit. You can then go in with mascara. Gonna let that sit for a little bit and stretch out. Ugh. Anyway, I'm gonna go in with Kat Von D's Go Big or Go Home mascara. It's my favorite. It is absolutely wonderful to work with because, like this palette, it's very buildable. So I completed this eye. What I did is I cleaned up the sides a little bit with Tarte's Shape Tape Foundation Concealer. And then I also finished with the mascara. The lashes I'm wearing are Pinky Rose Cosmetics in the style Mimi. And then what I did also is I took a little bit of Juicy Fruit and put that in the corner. And yeah. With the glitter, before I forget, this is, sorry, there's like a crime scene chase or whatever that's like low-key distracting me, so I apologize for that. But anyway, with Glitterly Obsessed Glitter Gel, this shade is Trippin' on Skies, and it is $8, and then the lipstick is $7. And speaking of the lipstick, let's get into it. This is Melonade, and I only have a lip liner on my lip, and when I put this on, it's not really going to affect the color too much, especially because I think it's so dried on my lips anyway, so, you know. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, I think it's time that I had a really nice like red lipstick. This is a really gorgeous red. It's like a very rich red, and it goes on really smooth too. I'm glad that this little red lipstick is part of the birthday collection as well, because, I don't know, it just really goes along with the palette really well. When I was playing around with the red colors, I was hoping that there would be a lipstick tucked into there. Let's see. So much noise outside. Oh my god, that scared me. Oh my god. Living in the heart of Hollywood, guys. It feels nice and comfortable too. It's not too dry, it's not too wet. I think it's drying pretty well. I love the eyes. I think that the body glitter on top of the shadow is really, really pretty. And before I forget, you can also customize this lipstick using the palette. I'm thinking of dipping into Maraschino. Am I pronouncing that right? Maraschino. Fun fact. Okay, so Jeremy Scott's one of my favorite designers, right? And I couldn't pronounce Moschino for the longest time, so I just straight up did not say the word. And then when I finally learned how to say it, then, you know. So I'm gonna dip into Maraschino, which is my favorite kind of cherry. And I'm gonna just go a little bit in the center. Oh, that's pretty. And I'm gonna blend that out. That's a really pretty shimmer. I love that. It gives it like a nice glossy effect without it being, you know, like lip gloss. I'll be right back with a wig. And so this is the final look with the wig and everything. I thought it would look cute with the cherries in the hair. I know it's a watermelon palette, but you know, I had these little guys laying around and I thought they would look really pretty with the glittery eyes. This palette was really, really fun to work with. I really, really love that there's more mattes than metallics in it because it makes it so much easier to work with. And if I were to rate this palette, I would probably give it maybe an 8 out of 10 because, I mean, usually with palettes that I like to work with, I like a big range of color. But with this one, it's monochrome and, I mean, it's really cool to create monochrome looks with it, but it's also a little bit limiting. At the same time, I think that this is a wonderful little summer palette, and I think that if you pair these up with some cool colors, you could really, really make all sorts of different kinds of looks. And it's so pretty too. Sorry for the messiness in there. I had some fun with it. And this is $12, this is $7, and this is $8. And if you guys decide to get all of this, you can get $5 off your purchase with my code 5Lacy, and I'm really happy I can say that now. So, and also, I know that some people are not going to like that I added this off camera, but I put the little bit of this liner too, and this is one of my new favorite liners. This one is really affordable at $7, or no, I think it's actually $8, and it's really, really good. It's waterproof, cry-proof, mental breakdown proof. It's amazing. I love this liner. Colourpop has all sorts of amazing products that are also very affordable, and I highly recommend you go check them out. And also, I hope that you guys like this video. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And if you're new to my channel, please make sure you also go over... Please make sure you also go check out my Instagram and my Twitter, because I also do a lot more art projects and makeup looks away from YouTube. So yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time.